probably know this feeling. It's time to work on a very important task. But instead of working, you say, let me just quickly check my phone. And then one quick check can turn into hours and hours of scrolling. In today's video, I will be talking about why do we tend to scroll so much, especially on social media, but from the point of view of neuroscience, and how to break and escape the scrolling pattern. More in today's video. Hi, I have a PhD in neuroscience, and on the channel Neuroproductivity, we talk about developing healthy habits and achieving our goals using principles of neuroscience. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about the scrolling trap and how to get out of it. Let me first of all explain why do we like to scroll so much. Everything has to do with dopamine. Dopamine is a chemical in our brain that is released when we get a reward. So you do an action A, you get a reward, dopamine is released, and when dopamine is released, you feel happier. This was, during evolution, the way for our brain to motivate us to do actions that are going to bring us a reward, because people knew, okay, if I put effort and do this action A, I'm going to get a reward and I'm going to feel happier. And brain has also evolved to reward novelty. This means I see something new and the brain is going to reward me by giving me dopamine and I'm going to feel happier. This was very important for us in order to learn. It was important to see new things so that we would learn about our environment and that we would evolve as human beings. And social media managers knew exactly this. They knew that if they show novelty, dopamine is going to be released, person is going to feel happier, and they're going to want more of that. And that is why, especially, they created short-term content. So they created reels and they also created YouTube shorts so that you would scroll and scroll. With each new video, this is a novelty effect. The dopamine gets released and you feel happier. So basically, with each new video, your dopamine is released, you feel happier, and you want more of that. So that is why you keep scrolling, because you want more dopamine and you want to feel happier. So now that we understood the main concept behind this, it has a lot to do with dopamine, how to break this cycle. One great way is to get up and go for a walk. This has two positive effects. First of all, you're going to stop the scrolling pattern and you can reset your dopamine system. And in that way, you won't need more and more and more because you will be able to break this dopamine trap. Another great thing about walking is, especially if you walk outside, that you're going to increase the oxygen levels in your brain. And more oxygen you have, the better your focus is. So first thing, when you catch yourself scrolling over and over again, is to get up and go for a walk. It can be a quick 10 minutes walk. That's enough to reset your dopamine system in the brain and also to increase oxygen levels in your brain. Number two, what I like to do is to get up and make myself a cup of tea. So this is a mindfulness exercise because you're doing something else, you're not scrolling. So make sure to leave your phone, of course, not make tea and watch your phone at the same time. And it's also relaxing. It's nothing difficult because making a tea is very easy, so your brain is not going to resist it. Number three, that is a great trick, is to maybe clean your environment. So maybe clean the kitchen or tidy up your desk. This is another great mindfulness exercise because when you clean, you're doing it with your hands, so you cannot clean and hold your phone at the same time, or at least it's very difficult. Usually you clean with two hands, and at the same time it can prepare your environment for work. When you tidy up your desk, this gives an extra signal to your brain. Okay, scrolling is done, the environment is ready, and now it's time to work. Number four is to do some stretching. If you don't like to walk, you can also stretch a little bit because again, this physical activity is going to increase serotonin and some other brain chemicals in your brain, so you're going to feel happier and you won't need this dopamine from social media and from scrolling to make you feel happier. I talk more about this scrolling trap in some of my other videos, so make sure to subscribe. And if you want your own anti-scrolling system, you might be a good candidate for my program Neuroproductivity. To learn more about the program, you should schedule a free 30 minutes discovery call that you can schedule by clicking on the link in the description down below. So get 30 minutes discovery call with me. Make sure to use this opportunity. Now to summarize this video, why do we like to scroll so much? Because social media gives us novelty and our brain rewards novelty by releasing dopamine that makes us feel happier. In order to break this pattern, you should do another activity such as walking so that you would reset your dopamine system and be able to work instead of scrolling. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in some of my other videos.